Hey guys, welcome back to ArtosisCasts. Today I am doing another cast of the legend himself, the god of StarCraft. This over here is Flash, and after I saw that he lost that first game against Yoon, I said, you know what? Let's watch another game against Yoon. Let's see if he can get a bit of revenge. These two games were played right in a row in the ladder. I haven't seen it. So yeah, let's see what Flash can do here on Polypoid. Hope that you guys are enjoying seeing some of the legends play some of their practice ladder games. You know, definitely a different feel from tournament games where your life is on the line. Obviously, this is, you know, the ladder is primarily just used for practice purposes. But honestly, I think that a lot of times it's more informative. It's not like necessarily a super teched out build. I mean, it could be, but oftentimes it's better to just practice kind of fundamental stuff on that ladder and just kind of up your overall strength. So we'll see if Flash is able to take Yoon down this time. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for checking out ArtosisCasts. Please do make sure that you subscribe and hit that notification button. Yeah, I really appreciate everyone who tunes in to these casts daily. And let me know if you're enjoying this type, what type of the content that you like to see on this channel. You know, I do all sorts of things, like I do survival series, we do tournaments, we do show matches. You know, I have players from all around the world that we showcase on here, lower level pros, higher level pros. Here I'm thinking about doing a bunch of legend ladder matches, right? Like, here we're watching Flash, but also I could do some like Jaedong, some Bisu, stuff like that. See what type of shape they're in as well. Always very fun. You know, at this point we pretty much know just about every idea on the ladder and who's using it. So, you know, and everyone has hotkey profiles. If anyone's wondering about that, it's like, well, how do you know that this is so-and-so? You can't actually fake your hotkeys in the way that you move your hands. Every single player has completely different ways that they do their hotkeys and ways that they do their actions. And there's some big experts in the scene that have like all of this stuff recorded and can just check replays and be like, yep, this player is playing on this account right now, right? But yeah, it's what a fun time to be a Brood War fan. The fact that, you know, we have top pros streaming, and even when they're not, you can kind of check out some of their ladder matches. And yeah, I don't know. I'm in a great mood, guys. It's just so nice to be able to watch games like these, cast games like these. So anyways, thank you again for checking out ArtosisCasts. So we have the quick 2-hatch layer here from Yoon and from Flash. He's trying to push the Overlord back, trying to hide the fact that he's going command center. Of course, you knows. You knows he's going command center. But, you know, if you can put any sort of like question mark on what's going on, that can be a good thing to do. Now, as this Marine moves, the Overlord moves back. Now, notice where Flash moved his Marines. This one trailed out in such a way I think the Overlord caught eyes on it. So I think he's going to make some Zerglings. Let's see. If he makes more than just those, then he knows what's going on. Because this is a sneaky move out from Flash. Does he make more? The Overlord's about to pop. Let's see. All right. One more set and 2 drones. Okay, so he might not have caught this. This definitely has some potential for damage. Look at this. He blocks the escape route for the drones up the ramp. Okay, this one froze there for a moment, but he's going to get 1, 2, 3... Is he going to get 4? He gets 4 drones for 4 Marines. And in fact, even going to kill a single Zergling here. Okay, so that was pretty awesome from Flash. That's a very painful thing for Zerg to lose some early drones like that. Like, obviously, we had Yoon being a little bit greedy with his drone production. Flash pushed the Overlord back and felt like he could rally Marines down there and get away with this. And in fact, a little counterattack comes up as that speed upgrade finishes. And some Lings run in, but Flash going to be able to block that reasonably well. And the bunker going down. I can't imagine any real damage happening to Flash. And in fact, Yoon is not even making Lings. He's just saying, you know what, we'll refill those drones. Sometimes you'll see a Zerg that they lose a few drones. They say, okay, we'll make nothing but Lings. Try to kill my opponent at this point. That's not what Yoon's going for. Yoon's going to refill his economy. And Flash, you know, he spent this money on the bunker. He is safe, but there's, like, nothing really to defend against. This is the entire standing army of Yoon right now. And you might look at that and say, well, can't Flash walk across the map? Well, he doesn't know, right? This is part of the thing, and this is why, you know, if anyone uses map hack, they're a piece of garbage, because so much of this game is denying information, right? Like, Flash denied information on his Marines by pushing this Overlord back and then ran out and got some damage. And now Yoon has speedlings, and it's like, well, there could be 30 speedlings here. Flash doesn't know. He doesn't know. He's poking. He's saying, I don't think you have many speedlings, but notice how he doesn't walk out. He's just kind of standing there. I think he has a good idea at this point, but even if he were to go out, mutas are going to be on the way very shortly here, and he knows that. His comm stats are going to be finishing up. Scans are able to go down. Yeah, he scans the natural. He sees full mining gas, and he's going to, in fact, have those mutas popping out. So turrets on the way. Of course, you got to get him up at your barracks as well. He has that +1 as well as range coming up. Double turret at the natural. And it's only 4 mutas. You need 7 mutas to one-shot SCV, so this is going to be 2-shotting. So the turrets should be able to finish. Look at this, diving in pretty hard on that one. Okay, does get rid of that one. You know, he's killed a couple. Killing 3. He has taken pretty heavy damage on one of those mutalisks at least. And Flash gets the double turret up. Probably will want to try to finish that one as well. And he is going for a very fast factory here. So Flash teching up quickly. We hear another scan going down. Oh, that was actually a scan up here. Excuse me. So that's something you can do sometimes, which will allow the turrets to hit a little bit more. But sometimes it can also tell you the intents of the Zerg player. Like, are they rallying mutas up here? Is it like non-stop mutalisk making to harass this base? If so, you're going to want to put down as many turrets as you possibly can. Now, Yoon going to rotate over towards that main. He is taking an expansion here in the bottom right. We don't see anything else. No Hydralisk Den, no Queen's Nest. Just Mutalisk production and that +1 Mutalisk attack. Continuing to try to get some harassment. Flash does have double turret here. Nothing up here. So if Yoon decides to take the risk and fly up here, he might be able to kill a lot. But this is not a lot of mutas, right? He has 8. So if he loses 1, he can still one-shot SCVs. If he loses 2, this becomes almost useless in the main base. Really, the difference is that big because Flash will be chasing it, trying to get damage. You need it to get a lot of damage. But now he has a full flock. 11 mutas here coming in. Starting to eliminate some of these missile turrets. Gets one very, very quickly. Gonna go after another one here. All right, kills that quickly as well. Gets out one of his more hurt mutas. Swooping back in. Doing a great job dealing damage to these turrets in the natural. Now, Flash is going to go with a counter pressure. This is a very, very common play that you're going to see. He only has 2 barracks, so he does have to be careful with this. He can't really replace this army. So this army either needs to trade superiorly or get home. That's like a very important concept here, right? It's like based on how many barracks you have. Is he going? Yeah, he's going for Valkyries. So, if he loses this, he's going to have to turtle like crazy because he's going to have very, 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 very few Marines at home. But the Valkyrie should be able to help save him from any Mutalisk counterattacks. Now he's just kind of standing here on the high ground. Hydralisk Den and Queen's Nest on the way. It's pure Muta at the moment, though. Ooh, some good damage on that one Mutalisk, that's for sure. +1 is done on both sides. And he's going to stim 3 Marines towards the natural. The other Marine's going to try to hold these mutas at bay. And look at this. Comes down, deals with that very quickly. Doesn't look like any drones are going to be killed. In fact, this should be killed off now. Yoon going to come in with a surround. Doing a fantastic job here against Flash. Killing off all of his Marines and medics. All right. So, let's look at the state of this game, right? Because that looks really good. And I was talking about how there's only 2 barracks. But he doesn't have Lurker Tech yet, right? So it's like pure Muta going against Valkyries that are coming out. So if Flash gets like a medium amount of units, and look at this, gets in with a really big volley, but Yoon does pick off the Valkyrie, which is pretty important. I'm surprised Flash didn't slide that back. But Yoon does have 3 bases. The thing we need to point out is that he's only on 25 drones. So Yoon is a bit all in right now. He actually needs to do a little bit more than what he's done. He's really spent all of his money on making these mutas for the damage he's gotten. Ooh, good micro there from Flash, but he does take the extra hit. So the Muta's going to be able to take out that Valkyrie. Going to fly them away now. Does not want any part of that at the moment. Siege Tanks being made. Valkyries being made. Lings coming out. Still no drones being added, by the way. Hive is done, so, I mean, obviously you're going to go Defiler Mound. And... Oh, he just barely doesn't get that Valkyrie. Loses 4 Scourge. That was Yoon being a little bit greedy. He said, no, these will hit, and pulled back 2 Scourge and then tried to send them back in, and by then too many Marines were firing. Oh, God, that's a big volley. A big double volley there. Wow, so much damage on those Mutas. He is going to have to pull them back for the time being. Now, that being said, we have a bunch of Lurkers on the way, right? And there are Siege Tanks, but do we have a Vessel? Well, you know what? It's on the way because it's Flash, and he knows what he's doing, it turns out. The greatest player ever. So, as that Science Vessel comes out, he should be able to push through this reasonably well. This is a great spread by Flash as well. That is a scary army, though. Comes in, going to try to execute that Valkyrie, does end up getting it. That is a lot of Lings and Lurkers coming up, though. Good micro back from Flash. Keeps the majority of his bio alive. If those Mutas had more health, he would have been able to kill this whole army, or at least push it back to the bunker, which would have been good. But, you know, the Valkyries already had put a lot of damage on there. Tanks come up with that Science Vessel. Excuse me. And he is going to start pushing this back. Oh, my God. Greater Spire is on the way. So that's going to be how he tries to utilize these Mutas. Ooh! Ling's coming up with the Scourge and getting a sick pick-off on that Science Vessel. Big moment there for Yoon. Deleting one of those Science Vessels is huge. By the way, we do have speed for Vultures on the way. So this might end up being a mech switch once again from Flash. Is he going to favor that as he gets older? That's a possibility. We've seen that in the past. You know, if you guys were StarCraft 2 fans, you know MVP, the greatest player in the beginning of StarCraft 2, eventually just switched into mech against Zerg because Bio just was hurting his wrists too much. Of course, Flash has had problems with his wrists in the past. I mean, this is a small sample size. I don't think he'll ever go full mech, but definitely something that can be strong still. Now, Flash hitting this bottom right. He will get in on top of these drones. Man, this is bad news for Yoon. Yoon needs to make something happen, like, right now. He's trying this Dark Swarm push. Gonna lose one Lurker there. He does have a very damaged Lurker in here as well. The tanks siege up on high ground, which is very nice. Look at that. Already picks one off. Hopefully he can get a second one for his own sake. Does deal a little bit more damage. I'm gonna try to pull these back before they end up dying. Looks like one will get away. And right now, just trying to grind things down. Killing this base in the bottom right puts Yoon... Like, Yoon was already pretty all in on 25 drones. But, like, now he's seriously all in. Like, he's got 1 to 2 pushes in him that need to get massive damage. And then Flash is just going to have enough to hold him back forever. Look at the supply differential. 103 to 55. And it's like 51 workers to 19 drones. This is less drones than you have when mutas pop out. Just to make this clear, right? It's a terrible drone count. So he's got to make this work. Oh, God, Irradiate's going down. He loses some more Lurkers. Not too much of a chance left here for you. And Flash's defense has been very strong. His counterattack in the bottom right, incredibly important as well. And look at this. Trying to take out the Guardians, but actually you can see the Guardian Lurker Ling doing a good job. He's going to kill off a lot of Marines there. Dude, 3 Guardians. Like, those are going to slaughter Zerglings. Especially that +1 attack. 2 Guardians with the +1 is going to one-shot Marines with the +1 armor. Okay, here we go. Comes up. Can he do it? Trying to press through. 3 siege tanks are here. Look at this, just blocking Lurkers, making them burrow. Well, Yoon getting on top of these siege tanks and going to try to burrow again. He's got very little, though. Radiate onto that Defiler. 3 Guardians and 4 Lurkers remain of this attack. Does Yoon have anything else coming? Just a few Lings. 1 Defiler as well. And, well, I mean, I think Flash is basically just held. It's hard to imagine this getting up and killing him. In fact, his Wraith going after these Guardians, it looks like they should be killed off. There's no Hydras or anything to stop this Wraith now. And all he's going to stop is the Dark Storms from getting to his natural. So here we go. Yoon going to try to push here once again. Marines come up. Gonna force that Dark Swarm to go down. And, can Yoon make another hop? All these lurkers are very low. No, GG! Flash gets his revenge.